Hey guys, Luke here. For the 2020 NRL Final Series, I'm going to be doing videos where I go through all of the games and I give my tips and predictions. Now, I've already done one. I did the first game of week 2, which was the Roosters and the Raiders, the grand final rematch. The second one is the Eels up against the Rabbitohs. Now, first off, I will say the Eels were a lot better last week than what I thought they would do. Way better. Now, the Eels, I thought they would get into the finals and they would choke a bit, but I thought they definitely did start out very strong last week. And I think they were heavily underdogs against this strong Storm team. And the Storm ended up running away with it, ended up getting the victory, but that's just the Storm being the Storm. They're just so good, so finals hardened, where the Eels aren't, which is where I thought they'd come undone. However, I feel like the Eels played so much better than what I expected. And then we have the Rabbitohs. They didn't absolutely destroy in the team in the last game, but they did get the win. It was a pretty solid win in the end. And Cody Walker, he's unreal. Cody Walker is so good. But yeah, the Knights, they fought hard. It was another one where the Knights got out strong. I feel like a lot of the sides in that first week all got out to a strong lead, and then the favourite side ended up coming back and coming home strong. I think the Rabbitohs definitely want to watch out and not give the Eels the lead, because I feel like the Eels are the type of side who in this game, you give them like a 10, 14 point lead, I feel like their defence will be strong enough, and then also their attack is just so good as well. You added Mitchell Moses, Dylan Brown. I just thought overall they did attack pretty well last week. It's just, like I said, the Storm are just so good, so finals hardened that there was nothing they could really do. I feel like the Storm would have beaten most teams last week. So yeah, the Eels definitely surprised me. However, they are a top 4 side. I don't know why I'm exactly surprised. I think it's just because the guys like Reid Marnie and all those sort of guys, even though they've been so good this season and for numerous seasons now, like I said, it's a different ball game when you get to the final. So I just keep expecting the Eels to just shit the bed. And although they kind of did last week, it just wasn't anywhere near as bad as what I thought. But the Rabbitohs, they're definitely the form team at the moment. They need to just keep riding this momentum. And look, barring injuries, I feel like they're definitely a possibility of going to the grand final. So I guess by that logic, I'm kind of picking them to win. However, this Eels side is definitely capable. I think their defence is solid enough. Their attack's pretty good when it's on. Blake Ferguson's been named. He did get injured last week. Did look pretty bad at the time, but he's been named, so I guess he's playing. I don't really know for sure, but maybe there is a little bit of doubt over him. Maybe by the time you're seeing this, he'll be ruled out. But yeah, the Eels side has definitely got a lot of attacking weapons. It's just a matter of that. I feel like Sivo's out as well, I should mention. Who is his replacement? I've got my phone up here. It's George Jennings. George Jennings, who was actually quite good at the Warriors, I think he ended up at this year. But it is a big downgrade. You go from Sivo to Jennings. I think that is a big loss. And then you add in that the Rabbitohs have been firing with their back line. Corey Allen has been so good. That Paulo dude, Jackson Paulo, whatever his name is, he's been quite good. And then you add in just the rest of the back line is just so good. Dane Gagai, the likes of him. He's a bit of a joke at the moment, Dane Gagai, because you have Origin version and then you have Club version. But still, Club version is still pretty decent. He's quite decent. And Cody Walker, he's just really carrying that side at the moment. Adam Reynolds just directs him around, and then Cody Walker, he just plays off it so perfectly. And at the moment, he's on form. He is on fire. I think Cody Walker, you can probably say he is the form player of the comp at the moment. And then Adam Reynolds not doing too bad. You add in Damien Cook, and that is a lethal combination there. That's a lethal spine, especially if Corey Allen playing as well as what he is. And that's what the Eels are up against. They're up against the form team. Now, I think the Eels, they definitely needed to win last week. Get that week off, just purely to avoid playing the Rabbitohs. I feel like whoever come up against the Rabbitohs this week, they're in trouble. Even if the Eels were to win this one, it's kind of similar to what I was talking about the Roosters last week. They put everything into last week's game, trying to get that week off. They know how important it is, but they're playing against Penrith, and they put everything into it and still lost. And now they're all battered and bruised, and I've got to back it up and do it for the next couple of weeks, where I feel like if the Rabbitohs are even to beat the Eels, or Eels beat the Rabbitohs, vice versa, going into next week, I think it's going to be a tough ask, because the Eels, I think, are going to come out firing, and I also feel like the Rabbitohs are going to come out firing. I can't really see anyone getting completely blown off the park, but without Rabbitohs being playing as of late, I can see them scoring a lot of points, but the Eels' defence is pretty strong too, so maybe not, but I don't know. It's so hard to say these days, especially with how last week was. I wouldn't have expected the Knights to have got a lead, and Sharks and all that to get a lead as well. It just seemed like a strange week of footy. The final definitely has been a bit strange. It's been a strange year in general, even in terms of positionings and scores and rule changes and that sort of stuff. But in terms of this game, I think my tip is going to be the Rabbitohs. I think they've just got too much momentum, and I hate to say it for the 2 weeks and gone, you even get the second chance to Eels, but just with how the Eels went, they kind of limped into the finals. It wasn't exactly a convincing end to the season, and even though they did get top 4, I think it was more due to circumstances like the shortened season and that. They had such a strong start to the year, and then now that Sivo's out, I think he's such a big part to that side and getting the sets off to a good start. Having him there compared to George Jennings, and then you even add in Ferguson is a bit busted too. So if both of your wingers, both your meter eaters get your sets off to a strong start, if both of them are either out or injured, I think that's definitely a big loss. Even if Ferguson plays, is my point when I say injured or out, is he might play, but is he going to be 100% fit? I know it's hard to get into the end of the season, and players are probably never 100% fit. But Ferguson's injury did look pretty bad. I mean, he was laying in the ground, and maybe he's right to go. I don't really know, but yeah, you got your Wong and Blakes, and that. Even then, the defense is quite dodgy. I think he was on Sivo's side as well. So yeah, is it going to be better or worse with George Jennings? Bit of a toss-up. But yeah, the Eels, I can definitely see them pulling off an upset, and I'd probably consider it an upset at this point if they did get the victory, just because I feel like everybody's kind of looking at Rabbitohs and going, yep, they're that one who makes the run from the bottom, mate. Usually there is a side. I feel like this year it's the Rabbitohs, which is surprising considering Latrell Mitchell's injury. Once he got injured, I literally put a line through him. But now that line, I'm just raising it a little bit. But you might be coming back next week and looking at this video and saying, wow, Eels they were on fire, absolutely destroy the Rabbitohs, and how dumb does Luke look now? So it's definitely a possibility, but yeah, for me, I'm going to go Rabbitohs, and I'll go Rabbitohs 1-12. I feel like the Eels will push them. I can see the Rabbitohs winning by 13 plus. I can see the Eels doing 1-12, 13 plus too. It's one of those games I don't feel like there is a clear winner. Where last week I thought it was pretty clear Storm were going to win and Rabbitohs were going to win. I thought there were heavy favourites, whereas this week not so much. I feel like any of these teams can win, any of the 4 teams. I did my video yesterday talking about the Roosters and Raiders, and this one is obviously on the Eels and Rabbitohs, and all 4 of those teams are very strong. All could have been top 4 candidates, or all of them were top 4 candidates, and last year we had the Raiders playing the grand final, and that Rabbitohs have been in the finals every year for I don't know how long, but it feels like forever now. So yeah, some very, very strong teams there. Would not be surprised if any of them went through. But yeah, it's just a matter of picking a team, and I've just gone for Rabbitohs for this one. I'd love to know who you guys think. Leave in the comment section below. Who do you think is going to win this game? Is it going to be the Eels or is it going to be the Rabbitohs? Obviously, I've just told you I'm going Rabbitohs 1-12, so don't know if that's going to be a popular decision, but it is what it is. And yeah, I think that's where I'm going to end the video, guys. I've been rambling on a fair bit. If you did happen to enjoy the video, make sure you go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Also, make sure to turn on the notification bell. It is very important. Let you know when I've uploaded. Subscription boxes aren't the best, so you may as well click the notification bell. That way you know exactly when I've just uploaded, and obviously, as it's implied, you'll get notified. Also, while you're at it, you may as well go ahead and follow me on social media. It's on the screen right now. Mainly post on Instagram, to be honest, but if you want to, you can follow me on Snapchat as well, or add me on Snapchat. It's Mr. Luke and YT, same as what's on the screen right now. And that is where I'm going to end the video. Guys, rambled on a little bit, but hey, that's just how it is. And hey guys, I'll see you for the next video. Bye guys.